everybody, it's me, Cowboy Legends for Life, coming back at you again with another video with my hopes that you like the last one. And it's been a few days since I made a video, and that's all right. But I've been watching the combines some last week, and overall, it's one of the not so good combines I've been watching for the past several years or so. Okay, I mean, they got talent out there, really do. Okay, but they didn't. There was no groundbreaking anything in the combine. I'm not trying to make any headway because there are a lot of people out there right now who are vid makers who liked what they saw. And that's cool. And I saw not basically the same thing. Because what I was focused on as a Cowboy fan was defensive front line. I think that we have a problem with our defensive front line. And even though I think we still got a lot of talent in our defensive backs. Okay, it's just that I think they were getting the wrong coaching style to play. They were getting the wrong program, like the Tampa 2 may have caused a lot more problems of trying to hide your schemes. And when you do that, you're actually taking away your ability to keep up with some defenders. Some receivers. What the hell is wrong with me, man? Okay, I've still got a lot of things on my mind. Things I'm dealing with, and I'll be talking about that in a minute, okay? But with some receivers, and so, look, Papa Marinelli was great. I love the man. He did some magnificent work with our front line and that type of thing. But his schemes, just in essence, when you're having two cooks, like I said before, when you're having two chefs in the same kitchen, working in the same pot, you're going to come up with things that a little bit too much of one thing or a little less of another. And the soup's not going to be good, period. So, and that's what you saw with Papa Marinelli and Chris Richard. And so they're both gone. And I think that, like I said, I think that Marinelli needed to go, and Richard could have stayed and became part of the team. But I'm glad I'm just happy they hired Nolan. That's for sure. He's a solid man. So, and so that's a benefit to me seeing McCarthy with the Dallas Cowboys as head coach. You heard me say that before. But I don't see a real problem with the Cowboys' defensive backs. Even though we may lose Byron Jones, because maybe, like I said, it was the Tampa 2 defense that kept them more defensive on playing the receiver than playing for the ball. Tampa 2 defense may have been outdated the way they had their approach on the field. It may have been also an old approach anyway. So there are people in the past who wanted the Dallas Cowboys to drop that Tampa 2 defense style. And now I see, with Chris Richard, the way he was trying to do in the backfield, because he wanted ball hawkers. He wanted people to try to get the ball. And when you get in Tampa 2 style and you're trying to massacre defense in the backfield, you can't do that. It's a way in terms of defending yourself against the receiver is defending against the ball. And so Nolan's going to change all of that. I'm happy for him. So my problem is not the defense when I looked at the combine. Okay, when I looked at the running backs, we're not looking at the running backs because we got Zeke and we got Pollard, and even one goes down, we're good with the other, and that's the truth. Okay, and I'm hoping that Zeke stays healthy, and this time Zeke gets himself in the shape. And I swear this time I'm going to make a stink about it. If Ezekiel Elliott does not play in a preseason game, I'm going to make a stink about it. Okay, because he has not played in a preseason game in the last 3 seasons, the last 3. Okay, and even last year when he held out. So the hell with that. I don't want to hear his excuses, because what he did when he's finally got into a game during the regular season, his play for the most part cost us in some ways what we should have done on the field. All right. No, but I'm hoping that he's getting to real shape and stop being, because he gassed himself a lot real early in the games last season. That's unacceptable. I'm gonna tell you something. Jimmy Johnson tell you. Jimmy Johnson was an staunch person who had everybody in shape. And he said, fatigue makes cowards of us all. And when he's going to several plays and asking him to get a breather so he get some water, it's time to sit his ass down. Or any damn player down. Because fatigue made him a coward. Okay? I'm not saying Zeke is a coward. I know him. He's a grown ass man, like him and Dak Prescott, grown ass men, and the rest of the team. If you're not gassed, if you're fatigued, I'm gonna tell you something. D. Law was fatigued a lot last year. He was fatigued a lot, and he made himself a coward with his mouth speaking and couldn't back it up with his ass. Okay, couldn't cash it with his ass. That's bad. So that's the same thing. I'm a Jimmy Johnson philosophy. That man, fatigue makes cowards of us all. Get your ass out there and work hard and play in that game so you can be prepared for the real game, the following game. So that's why we needed to get rid of Jason Garrett. Needed to do that. He had to go. He's just sucked ass. I'm just bringing back the old bad. I don't want that, but I tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? Until the stench of failure, it was Jason Garrett and Jimmy and Jerry Jones and all the coaches that were under them. Okay, when the stench of failure is gone, when they start to win, really start to win, then it's only then when I'll stop talking about it. Until then, hell no. I'm gonna continue to talk about it until the stench of failure is gone out of that building. Okay, and that means the change of culture. See what I'm saying? Because failure was the culture in Jason Garrett's camp. Failure was the culture. All right? But here's the thing, too. All right? My concern, though, during the combine with this upcoming draft is defensive front men. Okay? We need them. We do need them more so than anything else we need right now. Because I think we're solid in linebackers. Because it was injuries that really hurt us. And I think we're going to be solid with linebackers. I really do. And so I think they're going to come together and they're going to be back into form where they were. When we missed LVE, he was needed back on that field. We did not have him the majority of the field the season. And when he was on that field, he made some real damage to the ball club, opponent's ball club. Now the thing is that I'm not worried about either. I'm like I said. I got a feeling that Nolan's got something up his sleeves when it comes to how you're going to get us to get the defensive players to play. I'm not worried about the offensive line because they're still solid. They did a great job this past year, and they're all relatively healthy now. They did a magnificent job, all right, primarily the whole entire season. And Dak was only sacked, I think, 22, 23 times, maybe, something like that. So as opposed to being sacked nearly 60 times the year before. Because of injuries and all of that stuff, all right. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not like people like Connor Williams. I think Connor Williams may turn out to be the bust. He may turn out to be the bust on the bust side, okay? Because when he was not there anymore, they played well without him. Fleming even played better without him being without Connors being there, taking part of his place, and all those who were on the field. They played better than Connor Williams. All right, I'm sorry if the people like Connor Williams, but I don't dislike him. But his play was not what we thought it should be. But with that said, I'm saying I'm not worried about the running backs. I'm not worried about damn sure ain't worried about the receivers. Damn sure ain't worried about the quarterback. Damn sure ain't worried about the damn front offensive line. My only concern during this draft and with the combine when I saw is the defensive line. And the combine and the defensive line, I forgot some of the names. I should have wrote them down like some of the video makers do. I'm going to start doing that myself. I'm going to start making notes and so I can present them to you guys. I'll try to be more professional in this coming season. And I will do that because I'm going to have new equipment. And I couldn't do it last time and I thought I was going to do that because a lot of things popped up that I needed to take care of. Okay. And so the point is that they were slow. You had some big guys who did some good movements on the combine field, presenting their size and how they were quick. But when you talk about their speed, it was just horrendous. It was horrendous. And I know some of you who've been watching it may know what I'm talking about. A lot of the play for the defensive line play in the combine was horrendous. Okay, some of them got some big boys, but some of them were not even big enough. And I want speed as well, but speed enough has to count with the size on the line now. We need bigger people, and I agree with some other vid makers that we need bigger men up front to take care of our opponent's line. All right. Now, hopefully Quinn comes back and Keith D-Law will have a much better season. He'll get his ass into shape and keep his mouth shut. And I think Crawford may coming back, and I think it's better if they do cut him, and so we can get a $9 million cap space boost. All right, and with also, sorry, the other guy, Malik Collins, he was injured a lot, and I think he's coming back strong. Hopefully he can stay healthy this time. But we do need help. We do need help. Okay, if they get Randy Gregory back, that's a piece. That's great. But I'm looking for big men now. Big men like Charles Haley, like that. We're looking for that war monster. Think about War Daddy. Okay, we're looking for a war monster. That's what we need up front and in the middle, especially because it was the middle that killed this team because we could not stop the run. As I told you, we talked about this before. So that's what I'm looking for when the draft comes back. I'm just going to be exciting for the first night, as it always is. But when the Cowboys make their pick, I want them to draft for a defensive line. That's what I want them to do. Okay, so with that, that was my concern. I wasn't overly excited about the combine this season because it had the same characters, had some good names in it. Tua, I don't think Tua did anything special. I don't think no one did anything. I don't think Tua did anything. I watched a few days of it. I didn't watch all of it, but I tell you that I was very disappointed with the defensive lineman performance out there. So I want them to be quick and big. All right, like the old days when we had them, quick and big. All right, I want a Russell Maryland out there now. I want Leon Lett out there. They monsters. They were fucking. They mauled the line. Charles Hill, they mauled the line. They didn't try to sweep and do lizard shit and try to go around you and they're all thin and long and fuck that. We got a few that can do that. That's great. But we want some monsters out there now who's going to cause havoc. And Jimmy Johnson used to had a style, had a way of his approach when he had all these big linemen and he would just keep shifting them back and forth and he just ate that damn offensive line up, bro. He kept shifting back and forth. He didn't let the four stay in there like back in the days of Tom Landry. He did that a lot, He should have had a number of big men and he kept shifting them. And that made oh my God, Tony Tolbert. And I can go on and on, but that's what I want to see again. And I think that Mike McCarthy's smart enough to do something like that with Nolan. So that's what I'm hoping for. And then with that, I want to say this on one thing. It comes to me, sounds like some bad news that my brother, I try to stay informed about, because I didn't want to put out there in the universe what he was going through because I wanted to try to get him strong without trying to put out the negative and keep the positive. But my brother I told you before he was sick, he's suffering from cancer. And he had it in remission for a while and he was trying to get better. He had this process of his treatment, cancer treatment, he suffered a stroke, high fever and everything, and it nearly took him out then, but he came back out of that. Out of it. We all thought that he was going to gone, but he came back out of it. Apparently right now the cancer came back and it never fully got out of his stroke. So he always stayed, he did reading, he watched TV, he spoke, and he did crossword puzzles and things like that and read magazines and stuff, but he wasn't fully himself the way he used to be because of the stroke. And I felt that if he was able to stay on his hands, on 2 feet, he could fight this disease much better. But things turned for the worse, and I'm going to be possibly taking a hiatus for a while. For now, I'll keep you informed what took place, but I just want to let you know that my brother is it's up to him and God now. And I love him, and he's the strongest man I've ever known. I'm telling you right now, he's the strongest man I've ever known. Okay, knowing the situation where he was in through over a year and a half ago, that he's here to still survive. But we all got to shake off our own mortal coils in this world. We all got to concede that we're not going to get out of this life alive. It's not going to happen. So, all I'm going to tell you this, not without trying to judge any of you out there, all my subs have been very wonderful to me. and all you others out there, even those are my enemies, okay, that please, please, please do not smoke. And if you stop smoking if you do not start if you don't, if you never did. Don't smoke. Please don't smoke. I ain't never smoked in my life. I tried it when I was young, very, very young. It was stupid then to me, and I would never do it now. But like so many people, they just get caught up in it for some reason. My brother's one of the worst smokers in the world, man. You know, he hasn't smoked in a long, like year and a half or 2 years, you might say, year and a half now. But I'm telling you, it is not worth. You know, you can die from many things. You know that. We can walk out of this my door right now in my house, and something could happen to me. Yeah, I know. You just say people, you look at that, you die of some type of disease. People die from coronavirus. I know. All right, but why put the gun to your head? Okay, and pull the trigger when you know you want to live. Smoke is not one of those things that makes you tell you want to live. And I'm not judging my brother. I love him. But you don't know how many times we went back and forth about him sitting down watching the Cowboys on TV, or him watching the Yankees, me watching the Mets, and him lighting a cigarette one after another. And I said, man, come on, man. You got to bull. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. You keep doing this. He would say, yeah, man, God, man, I know. You're right. You're right. I've got to stop. I'm telling you, I'm going to stop. It's been going on for years. For years. Now it's taking its toll. It's taking its toll right now. I'm begging y'all out there. Anybody who's still in contact with the former guy who used to be cowboy vid maker, who smoked a lot, and I think you all know who I'm talking about. Heavy guy. Tell him to, please. All of y'all, stop smoking. And if you haven't started, don't start. Thank you. So I'll be trying to make vids. The reason why I haven't made a lot of vids is because I haven't been around to, because I want to see him more. I've been visit him more and more, and see if we can. I'm the one who decided with him for him to do more treatments when he came back, and I'm gonna tell you something. The treatments is something most of the times worse than the disease. It will break you down. Okay. Oh my God, man. But even so much so, it really hurt him so much that I had to stop the treatments for him. It wasn't worth it anymore. And I didn't want to see him suffer anymore. You understand? So please, with all your prayers, if you got any prayers, pray for him. I've prayed. Family members are coming to see him now. And just it is what it is. And I have to accept that. It was hard for me to accept a year and a half ago. Okay? It was hard for me to even talk about it. I think you guys know that. But I'm just lucky to have spent this time with him, and rebonding with him, and all this other stuff that we like to do, and visiting him as many times as possibly I can. And so just take care of your health. I don't even smoke weed, man. And it's not the weed smoke it's a health thing for you. It only relaxes you in essence. But it's the extraction of it that cures diseases. People don't want to admit that. They go, I'm going to smoke weed, I'm going to be okay. Then drink some water. No, it's the extraction of it. You have to burn it, boil it, and all that stuff that makes the extraction of it that you use internally that cures you of diseases. Don't fool yourself. Stop smoking. Stop smoking. Thank you.